Yeah. Okay. Good evening, afternoon, everybody. Uh, okay. For my Quarter Talks today, I'll be majoring on UX writing, basically. What UX writing, as user experience writing. But I just want us to just have this. What one of the major purpose of UX writing is giving your product the ability to communicate. Words that you see in UI, for example, this one that we have here, there are error messages that we see. There are many labels or headers for web platforms, and there are also call to actions, that's buttons that you see. Get a free quote. So those are example of UX writings that we have. Then micro copy text. I'm very sure a lot of us are familiar with this search button, search text field where we put in whatever I want to search and all from Google search and all that. And okay, so one of the major purpose of UX writing is to give a product voice, basically, and or a means of communicating with the user. Now that is why we have UX writing, and it is used. It helps build loyalty and trust between the customer and the company that is probably producing the product. Okay, so three major things of UX writing. We have what, you have empathy and strategy. Those are like the three major things that make up um, UX writing, that the bedrock of UX writing. Firstly, the words basically talks about your efficiency. It's how you use words, how you use the language to communicate. Now, how efficient you have with, so to say, English, how well you can bring words together to bring out the right things you want the user to see. And empathy is harnessing the humanness of the product you're trying to make. How does this communicate to the feeling of the user? Now, how does the user feel when he reads a particular word, or how does the user feel when he sees something? So that is the empathy aspect, and the strategy aspect is the fact that after doing the words and the empathy, the major purpose, or the major purpose for the product is achieved. Probably is for, if remember, it's a video streaming platform. Now, with the right words that you have used, the right empathy and all that you have used, the main purpose should still be achieved, which is to um, make people stream video from your platform, for example. So that is that. So we have guiding principles to UX writing, that when you want to start putting words to some of the things you have designed, some of the things you plan on developing. So there are guiding principles to them, and one of them is users first. Users first. Now, whatever you must motivate the user to use your product. It is very, very important, because firstly, you're not building for yourself. You're building for somebody to make use of it, and you don't know. You should have an idea of who the person that is going to use it. That's why in UX there's something they call personas, where you, so to say, imagine some set of people that you are building a product for. So you imagine that what is going to motivate my user to make use of this product all the time. And also clarity. It has to be plain and universally understood words, not very complex words. For example, if Uber is using a very, very complex English grammar, Nigerians cannot, so to say, easily understand. It might be very difficult for us, even though the interface might be very fine and very lovely. But if it does not communicate the right things, it might have an issue with that. So use plain words that people can easily understand anywhere in the world. Um, Okay, concise. That should be precise, precision. That's so. If you know you want a user to do this, write it there. You don't have to, because of clarity, you make things too ambiguous, or make things unnecessarily big for the user to start thinking about it. No, it has to be precise. It has to be concise. That's that. Useful. Now, so every single piece of text should move the user forward through the entire screen. in order for the user to complete their task. Now, the words you are going to be using in your product must be one that will make a user achieve a particular task, not just a dormant text, not just something that is just redundant. That's to make the user move forward, something like that. That's what we have here. And on brands, now finding the product's personality and giving it an authentic voice and staying true to that voice. We know, so to say, Android, they have a particular way in which they do their things. Google has a particular way in which they do their things. So that's what they have in mind, or the mindset for their products. The way of giving it, one of the ways of giving that in voice is through UX writing. So you put down those words down that when you see it, okay, this product is from Google, this product is from Sony, this product is from Microsoft, without actually even seeing their logo. From what they are writing, you know that, okay, this is from them. Okay, so with all the explanations I'm saying, we are going to be doing we're going to be seeing one very simple case study that talks about the whole UX user experience writing thing. Now we are going to be looking at clarity. We're going to be looking at four major things: clarity, conciseness, the on brand, and one other. We'll get them when we see. Okay, so in a situation where you are trying to log into a particular platform and it tells you that the password, you type in the right password, type in the password, and it tells you that the password is not right. You see an error message that something like this: failure and authentication error has occurred. Now, looking at this, judging from this, as a user, you be a little bit confused that failure, authentication error, nothing here tells me about what is actually happening. Because if I'm not a tech person, if I'm not inclined to the tech world, I don't understand what most of these things are. So, and you want to make sure your user is happy to use this product. So now, one of the suggestions, the red flags that we see in this is the failure and the authentication. So now we need to find a way of, so to say, reconstructing these words to make it friendly to the user, so that the user, when they see this, they can relate to this sentence or what we have here, this error message that we have. So flagging failure and authentication, we can replace them with sign-in error and sign-in. So instead of failure, we can have something like sign-in error, and the authentication, we can have a sign-in error has occurred. That is a little bit much more friendly to the user. The user can, okay, it's a sign-in issue, instead of the authentication failure and all those kind of things. So sign-in error. Now, but looking at this it still does not tell the user that you are the one that made the mistake, or you are the one that typed in the wrong input. This has occurred. Still is a weak verb. Let me put it that way. One of the major things we use UX writing is verbs. So now, but as occurred is more or less a weak verb, looking at the fact that it still looks like something that is still happening within the software. So that means it does not necessarily say that the user was the one who made a mistake or who did not type the password rightly. So we flag the as occurred, and you change it to something like this. You will know that, okay, this tells me that, okay, I was the one that made a mistake. I entered an incorrect password. Now, that is what clarity brings. Clarity lets you know that this is what is happening at this particular time. So we can see, from where we moved from an authentication error has occurred to you entered an incorrect password. Now, to show that this thing is becoming much more clear, now we're moving towards the conciseness of the precision of these words. Now, and one of the major things we want to look at is it talks about removing redundancy. Basically, if you have two words in a particular sentence, that means the sentence better to remove one, or if one does not really have anything to do, you can remove it and leave the other one there. And front loaded means bringing the most word, bringing it first before others. Okay, that's what we're going to be seeing an example of that here. So the first one, no, this was what Clarity brought for us. This is what Clarity brought. Signing, you have entered an incorrect password. But looking at this, for you to say you have entered an incorrect password, that means that it's a sign-in situation, because I don't think there's any probably or sign-up situation. So once you see this, there's no need for you to tell the user that okay, it's a sign-in error anymore. The major thing that is having issue is the password. That's what you see with the sign-in error, and get something like you have entered an incorrect password. That alone is enough. But looking at the issue of front-loaded, when we say that the most important thing for the other ones. Now, the most important thing here is incorrect password. You entered, and that one is not really that important. But the most important one is the incorrect password. So that must come first before any other thing. So we change that to wrong password. So you get whenever you type in the wrong password in the form field where you're supposed to type that, you get an error message of wrong password. So that has helped us with the issue of being a word being concise, user experience being concise and being precise. So we moved from the sign-in error, you entered an incorrect password, to wrong password, which you have here. So lastly, we're going to be looking at the usefulness here. That was one I was trying to remember the other time. Usefulness, that's basically it deals with the call to action. It deals with the call to action. So basically buttons, what the user is meant to do next and all that. But okay. Now, looking at this, does not make sense when you get wrong password and the next action you do is okay. You should probably be able to perform something more than just okay. Now, so we change this to, you can change it to try again. Of course, is to, so to say, type in another one or try again. And to even make it much more efficient, you can put a situation of recover password. Probably the user has forgotten the password. So the next thing is, if I don't remember my password or try again, I can just go to the aspect of me recovering my password. So this wrong password, try again and recover password. We can say that this alone is enough. This will satisfy everything. It will satisfy clarity, satisfy precision, and satisfy usefulness of words. So when the user sees this, whenever he or she types in the wrong password, this tells the user that okay, this is what is wrong, and these are the actions you are supposed to take. Either you try again or you recover your password. That's if you have totally forgotten. And lastly, which is the on brand. On brand deals mainly with the company itself. What does the company stand for? What does the company stand for? Is a company known for being very jovial with its customer? Is it a very serious company? Is it money related kind of company? Is it several, depending on what you are trying to offer to the users. Now, looking at Google, Google is more, they are trying to create a relationship with their users. They're trying to they're trying to create a platform that is user friendly. That they want to be your friend. Of course, they're offering you services, but they want to offer you services as your friend. Like John is everyone of us here. John is our friend. Now, if I want to offer a service to John, I will offer a service to John as a friend. Of course, it's my boss, one of my bosses. Yeah. But anyways, I offer my service to him because he's my friend. So that's so that is just one of the things you need to have. Be very one of the things you need to take cognizance of on brand, the company you are designing this thing for. What is their status or what is their motto? What do they stand for? Now, if Google wants to do something like what I just did, instead of using wrong password, they could use something like that password does not look right. Now it looks quite friendly, right? That password does not look right. It looks quite friendly, like okay, type in the wrong password, and the message you see, the password you type does not look like the right one. Other than some company might say, wrong password, different flavors to things. That on brand is not specific. You have to, it is dependent on the company that they are designing the product for. or anything. So basically, I have covered everything about that I know on UX writing. I have just really started busting my head about this, and this was what I was able to come up with within few days. And so that is like the end of my slide. So UX writing is a very, very important thing in UX design. So thank you very much. So and this I don't know if anybody has probably any question or okay. Okay.
Are we doing in practice already? Are we applying this kind of
Well, okay. Now the way I mentioned it, it looks like a specialty kind of thing. Actually, it is. There's you have UX writers as a job, as a career thing, but all of us at one point or the other we put it in practice, knowingly or unknowingly. We of course I can say that okay, type this long word. For example, Emmanuel can just say, if this is a long word you're supposed to design, I'm like, this thing is too long. Can't we find a way of reducing it? In a way, that is UX writing. We are breaking things down because as a user, me personally, I don't like reading long text. And the way we users work with systems or work with documents, we don't read everything. Most of the time, we scan through and we look for the most important things. So instead of putting unnecessary things, why not just put the most important things there so that the user can see it? So in a way, we use it, but it's not that efficient. We just use it so that I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to put it because of it. But when it comes, it's so to say like a reflex action for us, not like a deliberate thing. I put it that way. That's one of the things I get from people. Most they don't really take much importance to what they write. So I can, of course, we do it at one point or the other, but it's not. I don't see it as a deliberate thing now that we are doing. Any other?
Yeah, I have a question. So my question is, how does this? So I know that your products, like maybe like advertising is a big thing.
Okay.
Like maybe very big countries, developed countries. So does this also apply to us as Africans? Apart from the long text lines kind of stuff, like I mean, like catchy messages and big influence. Like,
I don't know.
so you said that the incorrect password versus. I mean, black man, I know that incorrect password. Yeah, so I'm saying that. So for instance, why I brought that in because of the advertising aspect of it, because we know that other people from some other parts of the world like ads, like ads actually influence them to buy stuff. Here, if you have the money and you want to be part of that class, you buy stuff, you get it. So does this also play, does this similar to what?
Of course, for example now, Jumia Black Friday. Now, if you look at Jumia Black Friday, the major thing you saw there in the whole contest is Black Friday. Now, that was a way of, that's an aspect of UX writing. There are a lot of things they could have written to tell you, to let you know that Jumia Black Friday, but they went straight to the point and they wrote Black Friday. So to let you know that this is what you want to do.
I want to say something regarding that question. I think lots of African brands don't really put much emphasis on that. So lots of times things like this, like language and stuff, lots of people don't put much effort really into it. I'm going to mention something like about your trend that I don't remember. So lots of times you might let me just include error messages and calling it say something like the example you give, like I asked for the different telling you that you have entered an incorrect password. So putting that like you have entered an incorrect password kind of puts blame in a sense on you. The fact that that word you is there, which one is making you feel that you are at fault for the problem, but that is actually not very good practice for UX. A lot of times we try to make the user feel like they're not doing the wrong thing in a sense. So even when they make mistakes, we try to drop it on them as lightly as possible without having them get the impact of their action.
And lastly, UX writers also help in translations. For example, let's say you are building a product that wants to be used globally. You have to make it language local. So, for example, Germany, people in Germany are going to use it. They are not really English friendly speaking kind of people. So you have to, they help in also translations of products like that. So, okay, thank you. Bye.
Thank you.